We made it.
We always make it, don't we?
Crazy to believe that we're here right now. We got Rez in the chat. I shared out a few links this morning because I set it up early and then YouTube crashed. This is F105 Din Rever Desert Planet playing right now. I'm James, and I'm joined with this man Andrew Fantasia. Andrew, how's it going?
Hey, we should make a web series about computers that don't work.
Yeah, and also with him is Brock. Brock's here. Brock, what up?
Hello. We shouldn't do any of that. Okay, this is my career where I constantly have to deal with technology. So it's just we're having some technical... You can go after some. No, it is what it is.
So it's
we're
YouTube.
Here.
YouTube sent all of their employees home. So it's all the bots are running the asylum. And they are
Which
doing...
is weird because I could swear the Premier of Ontario said yesterday that video game reviews on YouTube were considered an essential service.
Yep.
So I don't know why.
Brock, where's the jacket? Rachel's really gunning for your wardrobe, by the way.
Oh, I'm
really gunning for that jacket.
I dressed up today. I put a non-t-shirt on. I was like, you know what? Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Mabel.
Sure.
Hey-o.
Sure. No problem. So we're changing the topic today at one of the last minutes because I don't know if you guys heard, but some really cool news dropped that I consider cool news. Nintendo Switch will be getting Pod Racer. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer is going to be hitting the Nintendo Switch. It's one of my all-time favorite games to play. I have Pod Racer Revenge on my PS4, and I play that quite often, to be honest, because that one is a game that does not rely on the internet. I can play alone. I can play with Aaron, and it's racing and it's fun. And I don't have to argue over who anyone is because as much as I like Anakin Skywalker, the options to be Ben Quadinaros exists. And as long as that is an option, I will always be Ben Quadinaros when I play Star Wars Racer. Did you guys hear about this? Are you looking forward to it?
He has a red pod racer, right? Does he have a red pod racer?
In Revenge? I don't think it's red. I don't think so. I don't know if I've ever paid attention to this color.
I didn't hear about this, but this is very cool. I've been trying to figure out when we're getting that Lego game. You know, that one that we were promised 40 years ago that it's going to have every movie in it?
I think it's June.
When's that coming? Oh, so June 2032.
No. So I believe it's this. I believe it's this year. Lego Skywalker Saga, Lego 2020. It just says 2020. I'm pretty sure I heard it was summer though.
Yeah, I guess summer makes sense.
Yeah, Nintendo's really keying it up a notch with these Nintendo Directs. I didn't watch it. I saw there was an announcement for it, and I was like, "Ooh, yeah!" And the cool thing is you can watch it on your Switch, so it's like having a town hall at a corporation. Like everybody stop and find out what's happening. I didn't hear about this pod racer thing. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was setting everything up, and obviously, good old when YouTube went down, I changed the topic, so I went in to make the change, and nothing would load, and that's how I discovered that. But yeah, I just saw people start posting it. I guess because of the thing happened right there, because of the Nintendo Switch Direct, the surprise Direct. They say it's gonna be dropping soon. I don't think there's a date on it, but anything they can drop right now during this isolation, this COVID pandemic going on, just drop. And I hate to say it because I know people will hate it when I say this. Corporations like this. Drop your prices. Drop them. If you make things affordable right now, because people aren't making money. Let's be honest right here. People are in hard spots right now. It's record amount of unemployment is going through in Canada and the USA, and I'm sure all over the globe. If you soften the prices for a little while, you make things more affordable for families with I just see you holding up your Switch now, Brock. That's the delay talking. But you make things affordable for people to buy. Maybe I'll buy 2 games instead of just being able to buy 1 or whatever. And I just make things affordable.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, right now, if you're a company that's making things like video games or what have you, you have to understand right now what people want to spend their money on: toilet paper, food, and health supplies. That's where your money is going. You don't have money coming in, but everything going out is going towards those. A lot of people aren't even, keen on paying rent and mortgage right now, which makes perfect sense. So if somebody's going to actually pony up, go way outside the box, spend a big amount of money on a video game, they're doing you a favor, companies. So drop that price for them.
Yeah, I was looking on my Switch here because I like to take it wherever I go.
Yes.
And there wasn't a direct on the actual Switch, because that kind of makes sense because they weren't prepared for it, because usually it's a pretty high production. I think they do it ahead of time. So I guess this was all just, we're announcing blah, blah, blah. Because usually you can watch something, but it's not here. I will say this: Drawful 2 is for 12 cents on the...
I'm getting it. I have it on the PlayStation, but screw it. I'll get it for 12 cents.
Yeah.
My friend Steve at work is like, there's a lot of penny games as well.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's like right beside the penny game. I don't know what it is. Conduct Together. It looks like some train building.
Yeah, he says it's fun.
Octopath Traveler, $40. That's a huge time suck. All the final.
I love Octopath Traveler.
Huge time suck right there. So yeah, they're trying, though. I would be like, I don't expect like Animal Crossing to be on sale. I'm like,
no, but
be on sale.
But if it's a game from 1999, make it $5. You know what I mean? Like, well, don't charge.
What did they say about this? Like, is there a is it remastered? Like, and that's it.
I'll look it up for you. I had the link up, and then when YouTube crashed, I restarted my computer, so I lost everything. Because I thought it was my end. You know how my internet is. Nintendo Pod. I don't know, what is it? Nintendo Racer.
They should add a thing where if you beat the game with every character, you unlock Mario and Luigi.
Oh, it's coming to it's coming to the Switch and the PS4. Cool. Just so everyone is aware, in case you don't have a Switch but you have a PS4. If you have an Xbox, sorry. At least Bill Gates predicted the coronavirus. This is from StarWars.com. You know it's official when it's on StarWars.com. So the headline is: the classic Star Wars Episode 1 Racer comes to Nintendo Switch and PS4. Now, this is pod racing. The 90s classic Star Wars Episode 1 Racer is coming to Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4, complete with modernized controls. Lucasfilm developer Aspyr announced today. Aspyr. A beloved racing title based on the pod racing sequence from Star Wars The Phantom Menace. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer puts you behind the controls of your favorite pod racers as you speed through flaming 25 playable racers, including Anakin Skywalker, Savalba, and Rats Tyrell, but no mention of Banquet and Arrows. Suck it, StarWars.com. Racetrack spanning 8 unique worlds, including Tatooine, Barunda, and Malastare. Very fast, very dangerous. Work with pit droids to upgrade your pod racer. Okay, discover shortcuts, split screen multiplayer, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and LAN multiplayer, Nintendo Switch. Get a first look at pod racer gallery below. It does not look remastered. It looks exactly like it did on your N64, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love it. So it's not remastered. So it should be it should be cheap.
I love that marketing buzzword of modernized controls. That doesn't mean anything. It's literally like, yeah, you're not using an N64 joystick anymore. You're using the Switch joystick. Modern.
All the 2K games are coming to the Switch. So BioShock, Borderlands, and XCOM 2. I'm like, that's huge.
Ooh, yeah.
May 29th. Let's hope we're back to work by May 29th. But that's awesome. Like, somebody in Nintendo's like, we need to get more of the things. Like, I'm telling you, the second they get Rockstar on Nintendo Switch, it is all over.
Borderlands, that's a big,
huge
time sink. Brock, did you have any? I can't remember if I asked you this already. If I did, I'm sorry. But did you have any ambitions to buy Cyberpunk next month?
No, but it looks cool. I feel like something that would end up on Xbox Game Pass, which I have. So
Yeah.
maybe down the line. I don't know. Is that Xbox exclusive or PS4?
I think it's everything. Everybody's getting it.
So that's always a weird area.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Pod Racer is a very good game. I'm interested to see what that's going to be like on Switch.
As long as it's cheap, I don't care. Rachel says, Andrew, you should sing Isolation, and Brock, you should sing Natural Woman.
Well, our Motown album is going to be huge. Rachel, our Motown album is going to be huge. Trust us. Don't worry. Look for us at next year's Grammys unless they get canceled, but it's happening.
Oh, next year's Grammys get canceled. It's over. Any other Star Wars games you guys want to see remastered, brought back? I think aren't the Super Star Wars, I don't know if they've been remastered. I have Super Star Wars for PlayStation 4, but I don't think Empire or Jedi have been released. Any other games from your childhoods you would like to see remastered in Star Wars? From Star Wars, I should say.
Look, man, Obi-Wan on Xbox. Somebody please let me play that game. It's never been made backwards compatible. You can only play it on the first gen Xbox, and I don't even know where my first gen Xbox is. So God only knows the last time I played it.
Do you have the disc?
Somebody, I have the disc.
Mail it to me. I
know
have
where
my
the
Xbox.
controller is. Okay, deal. Yeah, I miss it so much, man. What a fun game.
Brock, what about
Bring
you?
it back.
I'm going to give a shout out to my colleague Barry, who's watching the live stream because he has nothing else to do. Barry, I need some beef jerky post haste. But I think
You're not
I don't
eating
know
beef
if they,
jerky.
Oh yeah, I'm not eating it right now, but I would love it. His beef jerky. He like seasoned it with coffee on one. It was really good. I forget what he called it. But I think it would be neat if they remastered Knights of the Old Republic because I love that game. Though it doesn't age well. I think I remember tried replaying it like 5 or 6 years ago, and I was like, but it was like the predecessor to so many games like Skyrim, the newer Fallouts. But the story was so great in it, so it's like that's the one thing I would want to re-see. But it would be cool. I don't know if they have this on Switch because whenever I think video games now, I just think Nintendo Switch. It would be cool if they not maybe remastered, just packaged together the Super Nintendo Star Wars games that were super hard, like Super Star Wars or Empire Strikes Back.
Did I ever tell you guys the story of how my dad reacted to Knights of the Old Republic?
No.
I was it was like when the game was brand new. It was like 2003, right? And I was staying at my dad's for the weekend, and so I brought my Xbox. I brought Knights of the Old Republic. I'm sitting there and I'm playing it, and my dad comes in the room and just sits on the couch and watches the game. And I'm in like I don't remember where I was, but it was a part of the game where I was just walking around a town, so I was just dialogue all the time, and I'm talking to people and saying things to them. So there's like no combat going on, nothing super exciting. It's just like, oh, hello, person. I'll help you find your missing niece, whatever. And I'm doing this for like 20 minutes, just straight up talking. And my dad is sitting next to me, and he just turns to me. He's like, Andrew, this is shit. And he walked away.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you only knew.
Yeah.
Well, I think also video games are different strokes for different folks. You know what game was a lot of fun? Was the Revenge of the Sith game. Did you guys play that one? That one I think was the one. It was weird. It was like usually games based on movies are terrible, but that one was actually a ton of fun. It was better than deserved. And there's an alternate ending where Anakin wins, where Vader kills Obi-Wan. That game was a lot of fun. I still have the disc somewhere for the original Xbox. That one I would love to see brought back. That was so much fun.
That alternate ending is the only thing I remember about that. I remember we rented it and played it, and we just saw that ending, and we were like, "Oh, that's cool." But I remember around the same time, it was before Revenge of the Sith was in theaters. The Lego game came out, the first Lego game. And my cousin and I were like, "Oh my god!" when we rented it and stuff. And we get to the point where we're playing through the story of Revenge of the Sith. See, back then, nobody was keeping an eye on spoilers. So we're literally playing the story of Revenge of the Sith before it comes out. And we get to the point where you're fighting Grievous and Obi-Wan shoots him. And I turn to my cousin I was like, is that really how Grievous is going to die in the movie? And he's like, I hope not. And we were wrong. That's exactly what happened.
What I do.
What I do.
I'm just gonna scroll the interwebs. That Revenge of the Sith game is I think it's an underrated gem. To be honest, like I really I remember like I bought it for $10 on Xbox and it just shocked me. By the way, did you guys hear AHSOKA Tano, Ashley Eckstein? I had to put on her Instagram for people to stop asking her about the character appearing in The Mandalorian about Rosario Dawson, because she says she has nothing to do with The Mandalorian and knows nothing about it. It seems like she's a little bit hurt by it, but she's not going to come out and say it, but she looks forward to playing Ahsoka for many years to come. You guys make anything of that? You guys care? Sad?
I mean, I don't. I'm sure at some point Filoni will like let her know what's happening. Like, not that he has to report to her, probably just because like, hey, so we did this. What do you think? Blah blah blah. Like, you know what I mean? And maybe she is getting just a little annoyed too, the constant, because I'm sure the second that dropped, it was like, Ashley, what do you think? Ashley, what do you think? Ashley, it's like, I don't know, and I'm stuck in the house. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't read too much into it. Like, who knows? I'm sure like if they have a grand like premiere or something, she'll get invited, and that's cool. So
yeah, they there was a lot of talk beforehand about just casting anybody to be Ahsoka and then have Ashley do the voice or something. Cast somebody who looks more like Ahsoka than she does, and then just have her dub the voiceover. But at this point, if you're hiring Rosario Dawson, you get Rosario Dawson to do everything. So we know that's not going to be the case. Do I feel bad for Ashley? I don't know. I feel bad if she really, really wanted it and they were just like, no, and went with Rosario Dawson. But I don't think that's the case. I feel like they would, I feel like if she wanted it that badly, they would try to work out some kind of compromise. And maybe they have, for all we know. Maybe Filoni's got a new cartoon, a brewing in the works that she's going to be a part of. I think Ashley's all right. I think she's just trying to keep quiet because she doesn't know what she is or isn't allowed to say.
And look, the reverse happened with Anakin, right? I believe Hayden Christensen wanted to do the voice of Anakin in the Clone Wars, and they said nope, and they got Matt Lanter. So it is what it is. Animation and live action are two separate things. They'll always be separate things, and sometimes a voice actor is stronger at that than they are in the live action realm, and who knows exactly what's up. And sometimes you want a name like Rosario Dawson to do it. That gives you press. I think the other problem is this information, leaked, right? It came out before they announced it. So maybe they were waiting to tell her at the right time, or who knows if anything, or maybe she's just lying. That's what a lot of people over at Lucasfilm do. They like to lie these days. So we'll do it. But look, Ewan McGregor's not the voice of Obi-Wan. Things happen. It is what it is. And I know James Arnold Taylor was, I think, hurt and disappointed when he wasn't asked to do the Obi-Wan voice in the Maul episode of Rebels. But it was a different Obi-Wan voice, right? It was the Alec Guinness Obi-Wan, not the Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan, and things change. And Ahsoka's going to be, if it's not a flashback, if it's Mandalorian's time period, then Ahsoka will be older than we've ever seen her, basically, because I don't think she spoke at the end of Rebels. So she's a little bit older, a little bit wiser. And look, Ninja Turtles, right? They changed the voice from the Ninja Turtles from the cartoon to the movie. At first, I was 8, and I was like, what? But now you're like, they're different things. So there you go. Also, I don't know if you guys heard, Mandalorian Season 2, Giancarlo Esposito broke 3 Darksabers filming it. Yeah. He's like, I was having fun, and I broke 3 of those bad boys.
Damn it, Giancarlo. Those have been around since the Old Republic.
Well, the first article I saw literally was like, Mandalorian will have 3 Darksabers. And I was like, well, that's a strange twist. And then another one is just, he's like, hold on, I'll see if I can find his pose for you. I have been practicing, he revealed. I'm decent. I'm getting better. You have to respect the power of it, the energy of it. It's long, dude. I've bopped myself 3 times with it already. Pop yourself pop yourself in the head. I'm like, oh my God, what do you do? I start laughing. People look at me and want to be the expert right off the bat because I am the badass. But it takes practice. We have long ones and we have short ones because guess what? I can say this. I'm going through spoilers in my head. I could say it. I've broken 3 of those bad boys. I love that now he's giving interviews. He's like, what can I say? What can I say? What can I say? And then he says, pull. I ain't pulling nothing. I'm coming at you. That's all I'll say. I have some scenes coming up in the next season that are going to really excite you. I love to fight. I want to be the best. I'm very competitive, and I have some great partners with which to practice on.
I'm an actor. This is the thing I say at every interview.
I know. Otherwise, they replace me with someone else. Stand by. I'm excited for season 2. It seems like it's gonna be something else because season 1 was a bunch of episodes in preparation of season 2. Season 2 feels like it's gonna be one long string of Giancarlo Esposito's Moff Gideon hunting down the asset.
I don't know about you guys, but from hearing that interview, I just heard Snoke confirmed.
Mm-hmm. I think. Do you guys think that we'll see Snoke's origins in the Mandalorian? What if we did? What if the first episode is on Exegol, and you see those Sith acolytes like, "We will make Snoke."
That's a whole other series. Everybody loves Exegol.
I think I'd be mad. I'd be like, really? It's like dropping Doomsday in a Superman movie or anything where you're just like, ugh, here we go. I don't. Yeah, I am super excited for this season. I honestly hope they're a little easy on revealing a million things. I feel like we should know more about Grand Moff Gideon, or Moff Gideon. But like, let's just like slow burn to it, maybe, perhaps, like little by little.
I think the problem now is everybody's isolated. So I'm sure editors are editing from home separately from everybody in this. Like we live in the world now where you can do things like that. The problem is people are going to be sitting on their butts now, not doing much, like, because freelancers are freelancing, sitting at home, not waiting for this to pass so they can all go back to work, and hopefully it does soon. So people are going to start asking questions like you see with Slash Film. I don't know when he started. I don't know when, like, these reporters, this is also their jobs too, right? So they're gonna ask questions, and people might be more inclined to give answers because they're like, yeah, well, I'm bored. Sure, you want to talk? We'll talk. And they can say little things. They'll say more than they would have had they been busy on set or busy in the studio or what have you right now.
Like, celebrities have been going crazy within like 3 days of the isolation. Like that whole Gal Gadot singing thing, I was like, what is this?
That got some backlash, actually, didn't it?
I think so. I heard someone say, it's like, man, all the public relations and agents are going to be like, stop talking out loud, because it's like, the world will go back to normal at some point because everybody live. Look at us, we're live streaming. I'm like,
Josh,
maybe you don't make your point. Yeah, go ahead.
Josh Gad's reading a book to kids every night. If anyone has youngsters and they want to hear Olaf reading some children's stories, he does it live on Twitter or Facebook or somewhere. He's just like reading. And by the way, Olaf is the best.
Does he do the Olaf voice when he reads, or is he just Josh?
Well, I mean,
I feel like that's the same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. I'm pretty sure Olaf is his reading voice.
He just straps the carrot to his nose and he's good.
What are you doing? That is my every voice I ever do is that. Actually, I tell you guys, sure. Yeah, I did a voice though. I was voicing over something and I was trying to be like grizzled, like, and I did this before on the show, and it just sounds like Christian Bale's Batman. That's my second voice. I have Olaf or Christian. Actually, that sounds more like something from Dark Crystal. That one.
Yeah. Can you do a Skeksis, James?
No.
There we go. You just have to sound like you're clearing your throat and also a Muppet.
It's true. Does anybody understand anything in the original Dark Crystal? I watch it. I'm like, I
No.
don't know what is being said on this. I'm just gonna watch the
Yeah.
visuals.
I like the new one is like, wow, this is accurate to the first one, where I do not know what's going on. I get it. I think I even had an edible, and I was like, nope, not.
Which is perfectly legal here.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
guys.
it wasn't when Brock had it. Uh-oh. He broke the law.
Anyways, but yeah,
Yeah, celebrities are going nuts. People are going insane.
Dark Crystal. Is there even a chat today?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's a chat going.
Yeah, it's going
I'm
on.
not. It's not a thingamajiggy.
We got Rachel, we got Rural, we got Rez, basically everybody whose name starts with
Oh,
R.
Rural showed up. Everybody's wondering where he was. He's here. Great. It's been great.
Rachel says she can do Harley Quinn's voice.
Which voice?
Harley Quinn.
Okay, Rachel, send a video of you introducing tomorrow's live stream, and we'll play it off the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
And call James Mr. J.
Yeah, I was gonna say we do have a Mr. J.
Mr. J. I haven't seen Birds of the Prey yet. I'll say this: I saw Sonic over Birds of Prey because that was the feud, if you guys remember, the most ridiculous feud of all time. I didn't see Birds of Prey, but now that it's available on digital, I'm like, maybe I'll watch it. Yeah. If it goes, I mean, you can't rent it yet, I don't think, but if it goes down cheap enough, well, I'm like, yeah, I'll check it out. I will. There's like Invisible Man. I'm going to purchase that soon because I wanted to see it in the theater, and it's $20 to buy. And it would have cost me like probably around $20 to see it in the theater. So, whatever. And Andrew says it's good, which means it's probably the worst movie of this year.
Mm-hmm. Invisible Man rocked. It absolutely rocked.
Yeah, I started watching Jane Got a Gun last night. And it stars Natalie Portman, Joel Edgerton, and Ewan McGregor. And I was like, it's like Star Wars in the West. But they all have Southern drawls, so it's not Star Wars at all. Here we go. We got a question.
Oh, we got a question in the chat.
Yeah, you go for it.
Go ahead.
You do it.
All right. So Stan Solo asks, question for you all. Is The Rocketeer on Disney Plus? If so, why is it a fantastic movie?
I think it is, actually.
It is.
It is on Disney Plus. Yeah, I've been meaning to watch it because I've never seen it, and I've been hearing about it since I was a little kid. But it's on my list, Stan.
It's a good movie. It's basically Boba Fett.
Yeah, it's a weird movie where it's like, when did it come out? The 90s, and you're like...
It came out on our birthday, Brock, in like 1991 or so, 3 maybe. I remember. I believe I was in grade 4.
It was like... Yeah, like it's the time where like Zeppelins are a thing. It's like Indiana Jones and the Attack of the Clones.
1991. June 21st. The cool thing with that movie is, if you guys didn't know, it is actually, Andrew, you should watch it and review it for Bright Sons, because it is directed by the creator of Boba Fett, Jeff Johnston.
You mean Joe Johnston?
Whatever.
That's awesome. So it's like a steampunky Boba Fett. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think John Locke from Lost is in it.
Maybe. Yes, I think so. Oh, let me look at this thing. It's pretty cool. Like the costume in general is just an amazing costume.
Yeah.
That's something I would try to wear to a convention for sure, because it looks easy to wear.
That's something I would try to wear to the bank.
Harrison Ford just sighed, Brock.
Yeah, Terry O'Quinn, he's in it.
Ah, wicked.
Lost. Speaking of Lost, do you think Evangeline Lilly regrets criticizing social distancing yet?
Oh, I think she regretted it like 20 minutes later after her PR guy called and was like,
"Are you a moron? What a moron!" I value my freedom over my health. Well, shut up. That's what I say.
Stop making Canadians look dumb, Evangeline. We got enough of those going on already.
Is she even still Canadian?
I don't know. I heard if you don't eat maple syrup at least once every 7 years, you'll lose your cred.
Oh, I haven't been Canadian in like over a decade.
Andrew, we're talking to a lot of our friends are Americans. You can't start that propaganda like come at maple syrup. Now, I was in my igloo this morning, but
Rez wants to be executive producer because he suggested that Rachel does the Harley Quinn voice singing the Hollow News theme. And I'm all in on
there we
that.
go.
The less I have to sing, the better for Brock.
yeah. But like, I like the creative thought about this. But like, is Harley a singer? You know what I mean?
Well, that's what
Is that
makes it
she's
even.
known?
We'll find.
It would
out.
be better if it was it's like, and he is Hollow News. Like, it's not really a song. It's just like the voice.
Well, that would be better for Never Tell Me the Odds then. We got some odds, Mr. J.
Hey, you blockheads! It's time for my favorite part of the show, Top 5. There you go.
This slowly just evolves into a Harley Quinn podcast that we don't even realize how it happens.
That's a show I need to catch up on. That new Harley Quinn cartoon is amazing.
She has a new cartoon?
I've seen parts of it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, there's a Harley Quinn like rated R like cartoon where it's like mostly comedians and she curses all the time and blah blah blah.
Oh my god,
it's awesome! It's so like the Bane. Whoever does Bane does the Ed Hardy, Tom Hardy voice of Bane. It's so funny. And like Batman's like weird and Commissioner Gordon's like losing his mind. He's like he's not like focused at all. He's like, we gotta get out of here.
Why did it take this long for this cartoon to exist?
Dude, how do you not know about this? It's Kaylee Cuoco doing the voice.
Even
too.
I know it.
That's
even I know about this one. It's Lake Bell as Poison Ivy, Alan Tudyk as Clayface, Ron Funches as King Shark, Tony Hale as Dr. Psycho, Jason Alexander as Cy Borgman, JB Smoove, Matt Oberg, Diedrich Bader plays Batman. That's kind of awesome. Yeah. I'll see the full cast list. Did you guys hear about Wonder Woman August 14th?
They go to... Is that a pushback or?
Yeah, August 14th, 2020.
Because I don't remember what the.
It was in June and.
What was she? When was it supposed to?
June, early June.
Okay.
Yeah, so they've moved it. Giancarlo Esposito plays Lex Luthor. Vanessa Marshall, Star Wars connection. Giganta, or James Adamian plays Bane. James Wolk.
Stop reading IMDb.
I am. I'm just letting you know. Andrew Daly is Two-Face.
Suggestion.
Rhea Perlman's in it.
I believe it's on.
Oh, the Penguin is perfect casting. It's Wayne Knight. Ed Hardy makes clothes, Brock. Tom Hardy.
Who's the Penguin, man?
Wayne Knight. Wayne Knight is the Penguin.
And is this cartoon just called Harley Quinn? Is that the name of it?
Yeah, I think so.
I closed IMDb as per Brock's request, so I can't tell you. Brock, your roommate Daryl, who for years was like, I'm never going to run. I'm too good to run. Now took up running. And he asked me for
I know.
He asked me for a good app to track, and I gave him one. And now he won't stop freaking sending me his stupid routes. He ran 2.87 kilometers. Okay, so he basically went for a brisk walk. And took him 16 minutes, and he was averaging 5:37 per. That's not bad. Map My Run. Do you use Map My Run? That's the one. Oh, you use your Samsung one, right?
No, I use Couch to 5K. Which is
Couch to 5K. That's a good name.
Yeah. I did a 5-minute run today, and I find with runs, it's like once I know roughly how long that's going to be, I'm like, okay, so that should mean I should reach this destination at this point. And that's what helps. Not music, not podcasts. I just need to know how long it's going to get there.
I have to listen to music because I count my steps. No, it's true. It's a disaster. If I start counting my steps, it's over.
But it was quite nice this morning when I I went for a run. Are you guys having trouble getting up in the morning? This sounds so weird. I set my alarm for 7, and I just can't wake up. Now, I don't stay up late.
I'm still working.
How are you guys maintaining a routine?
I'm still working, so like once we get off of this, I'm going back to work.
Well, I've always been a bit of an insomniac, so I can't fall asleep till super late, which means depending on how weary I am in the morning, I could wake up at 7 and be like, let's go. Or I could wake up at 8 and be like, no, not happening. It's very random. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could put a pin in it and figure out how it works, but I don't know yet.
We were watching Attack of the Clones, Reham and I, last night. After this, I'm gonna go finish it. It's nice rewatching these movies because there's like I never noticed when they chase what's her face? Who's the shapeshifter? Zam
Wessel.
Zam Wessel. I don't think I've ever noticed when Anakin jumps on her hover car, whatever it is, land speeder, that like at one point she looks to her right and her whole face changes back to her normal face. I was like, oh, I was like, that's nice. I'm like, was that an ad? I don't remember that.
No, that's always been.
It took me like 3 or 4 times to notice that. I think I had to listen to the commentary where they call it out, and I'm like, oh, damn, that's right.
And also, I've never noticed how weird Dex's mustache,
so
beard,
good.
or whatever he is. Like, I don't. When I think of him, I don't think that there's a mustache. Like everything else, I'm like, yeah, there he is. But like,
yeah.
Also, after rewatching the Clone Wars, and there's that Jedi that's the same race as Dex, and he's the one that hates clones.
Yeah.
And like watching that scene again, he's like, he doesn't like droids. And I'm like, what is up with this race and being like not liking things that aren't like, I don't know. I know clones and droids are different things, but like it's so weird. They're very biased on things.
George Lucas knew a guy named Dex who was just not very open-minded. Did anybody else think the very first time you watched Attack of the Clones, did anybody else think that Dex was gonna be a bad guy? Because the way they filmed him and he was like all evil looking, and he's like, it depends how big your pocketbook is. And I was like, ooh, he's gonna be up to no good. And then he's just, that's it.
It's weird.
No, as I've said many times, I read everything on theforce.net about that movie, so there was no, I already knew. It ruined it for me. It ruined it. I still think that is the most important Star Wars movie story-wise that has been made. Fight me on it.
I like the character, but I hate that they're in a diner. It just doesn't feel
that diner
like
so
Star
badly.
Wars. Yeah. I was thinking though when I was rewatching that, I'm like, I really hope they mention Coruscant in the new High Republic, and it's sort of like, it's like, yeah, it's booming, but it's not big yet. Like, I think that'd be nice. I don't want it to be the main central thing because I don't want to.
Well, I hope there's no Jedi Council yet. I hope this is kind of getting towards a Jedi Council. I think I've said that before.
Mm-hmm. So, like, let's do something else. But it'd be nice. Whoa! It'd be nice. It's just announcing that I have to be at the Blue Jays right now.
Today is opening day for anybody that's wondering. I hope everybody goes down.
Today was the home opener.
Yeah. I hope that everybody goes down and turns on their PlayStations or Xbox, put in MLB The Show, and we all simulate a home opening game and watch it that way. We'll see how many of us get the same outcomes. Jay's undefeated by the end of the year. That's the way we do it.
I'll meet you all at the Sky Dome. I'm heading out now.
Hold on.
Don't go outside, Andrew. Oh, God.
That's what I will say this.
What's the worst that could happen?
One thing, living where I'm living, I could go outside with no worries right now. I'm not going to run into anybody. Although, also, I was out the other day and there was 900,000 people on my street driving. I was like, where are you going? Why are you leaving? So that was problematic. I saw a friend of mine put a picture from downtown Toronto up of people, like a basketball court filled with kids. Filled! He's like, go home! So, I don't think people are... Look, just stay in so that we could go back to work. That's it. Stay in so that you could go out. Yeah. That's really what we're saying. And that's how it should be.
Stop ruining it for everybody else.
That's how they
Seriously.
do it. They do it. Andrew is usually the one that ruins it for everybody, but now it's the damn kids.
Yeah. Quit taking my job, children.
Okay, hold on. I got to go over to Patreon because Rachel posted a question there, and my internet is starting to slow down, which means that this live stream is going to be coming to an end very, very soon. I'm hitting notifications. I don't see a question on. I don't see a question. No. Oh, you should do a hike, and then at every K, you should answer a Patreon question. I could do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's do that. I'll have to go on for a hike, and you guys have to stay in your houses. So, Brock, if you go up and down your stairs, Andrew, if you could just walk around the kitchen 6 times. All right, we'll do that. Everybody ask questions on Patreon. We'll do a video. I will answer questions from wherever we are after every kilometer. And all proceeds go to Andrew Fantasia's Black Series collecting because you need Count Dooku, do you not?
Oh, of course I need Count Dooku. Hell, I live in Canada, so I still friggin' need Ezra. So.
Good luck with that one. All right, let's wrap the show up. Brock, anything you want to say as we say goodbye to everybody on this Thursday lunch edition?
Stay inside. I want to go back to work.
Well said. What's on the T-shirt, Andrew? Asks Stan Solo.
This is Sounds of the Galaxy, Volume 1. Yeah, I think this was a Nerd Block shirt back when for those 2 months that I got Nerd Block, and then I was like, why am I paying money for junk?
I want the new loot crate. It's Ninja Turtles. I want the Ninja Turtle loot crate. I have no shame in that. All right, this is it. Lunchtime right here. Thank you guys for joining us for lunch. We'll be back tonight with the winner of the contest. It's coming up tonight. Tomorrow, another lunch and Patreon exclusive tomorrow night as well. Thank you all for joining us. It means a lot. Stay inside, stay safe, and stay well. And until next time, may the force of others be with you. Someone